Do you want to have a more productive week? In this video, I'm going to share 4 strategies that you can use to make every week way more productive. Oh, and it doesn't include having to wake up at 5 a.m. or doing those crazy morning routines. Sound good? Let's dive in. What's good, everybody? Greg Hickman here at System.ly, and on this channel, we break down the latest tips, tools, and strategies to automate and scale your client service business. Now, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell because we have a new video every single Tuesday. So here's the thing. I've read all of the blog posts, the 17 things that millionaires do or that the most successful people do every single morning. And having a productive day obviously leads to having productive weeks. But maybe not everybody's a morning person and wants to wake up at 4 a.m. or be in the 4:30 a.m. club or 5 a.m. club or whatever club requires you to wake up at ridiculous hours of the morning. Whether you're a morning person or an evening person, obviously you need to capitalize on the hours where you're most effective. But in this video, I want to share 4 strategies, 4 things that you can implement today in your business so that you are more productive and that you're getting more done each and every week in a predictable and sustainable way. Now, before I jump into the 4 strategies, I kind of want to share 5 key principles that make all of these things actually work. Principle number 1 is if you don't fill your own calendar, somebody else will. Obviously, there's tons of requests coming in each and every single day for your time. If you're not the one planning where you spend your time and how much time you spend on the key things in your business, most of that time is probably just gonna be lost, wasted, or allocated to somebody else. Principle number 2 is to make time, not to find it. If you're the type of person that's always saying, well, I'm gonna find time to do that, guess what? You're not gonna find it ever. You actually need to make the time. So we're gonna talk about the strategies to do that in just a second. Principle number 3 is report to your calendar. It's a lot easier to wake up every single day and to look at your calendar and have your calendar tell you what to do. Just like I said earlier, if you're not the one to fill your calendar, somebody else is going to. So let's just report to our calendar and make the calendar the boss. Principle number 4 is your cash flow follows your calendar, right? So if you have no time on your calendar for sales activities, no time on your calendar for marketing activities, guess what? Your business is probably not gonna grow. Principle number 5 is to show me what matters to you. Look, if I look at your bank account or your calendar, I should be able to very quickly understand what is your priority. What are the things that are most important to you? If you're not investing money into the things that are important, and if you're not spending time on the things that are important to you, it's clearly not a priority. So if you tell me that family is a priority and I don't see any time on your calendar allotted to being with your family, or you're not investing any money into doing things for or with your family, that's not important to you. Same goes for your business. If marketing and creating content is important to you, if you haven't invested any money into doing that for your clients or your prospects, and you haven't put any time on your calendar to do those things, well, it's just not important. All right, now that we have the 5 principles out of the way, let's dive into the 4 strategies that you can start using right now in your business to be more productive. Strategy number 1 is to make them visible. Each and every week, I write down my top 3 tasks on a sticky note, and that sticky note gets put right here on my computer, and my top 3 goals are in front of me each and every day. Now here's the thing. 3, that's it, 3 for the week. 3 big results, things that I know are gonna move me and my business and our team closer to our goal are sitting in front of me every single day because I've made them visible. So put them on a sticky note, put them on your whiteboard, wherever you wanna put them someplace where you see them every single day. Strategy number 2 is to block your time. Now that you know what those top 3 priorities are, go into your calendar for the week and make the time on your calendar where you're gonna actually work on those 3 things. What I've found, if you're in the earlier stages of your business and you're still wearing the hats and doing a lot of the work, if you can carve out 10 hours a week to be working on your key priorities, you can make a huge dent in moving towards your goals each and every week. So whether you do 2 days where you have 2 5-hour blocks or you do 2 hours a day, try what works for you. For me, I like having 2 5-hour blocks versus trying to do 2 hours every single day. Usually takes me a little bit longer to get into my flow. And when I do that, then I only have like 60 minutes left. So it's really just an hour. So I like having a 5-hour block twice a week where I'm completely uninterrupted. And those are the times where I get to work on the tasks that matter most. Strategy number 3 is to theme your days. Now, you can have a theme for your entire team for each and every day, or you can each individual have their own theme. When we got started and we had a small team, we kind of shared the same themes, but if you're an individual business owner, you probably want to start with your own calendar first. So for me, on Mondays are team days. That's when I have all of my calls with my team members, right? We have our vision meeting, we have our weekly team huddle, we have our sales team meeting, etc. On Tuesdays is mostly like client day. I take a lot of our coaching calls. We work with our individual one-on-one clients. Wednesdays are internal. Greg works on the business days. Thursday could be a sales day for me. We have a sales guy, so he's out there doing sales every single day. But for me, I can be involved in sales activities on Thursdays and so on and so forth, right? So create themes around your days. What I find a lot of people are doing is they're mixing within hours of the day, different types of activities. If you're doing your whole morning of sales activities and then your afternoon is supposed to be dedicated to a more creative task, your brain might be burnt out and that time won't be as effectively spent, right? So you're context switching really often, which actually creates a lot of wasted time and inefficient time. So by creating themes for your days, you can actually start inserting the activities and assigning the appropriate activities to the appropriately themed day. And strategy number 4, which is one of my favorite, is preload your priorities. So before we enter any year, for example, we're about to enter 2019 as the recording of this video, I sit down with my family and my team and we look at what are our key priorities for the year. And we look at those across a couple different categories. First, we look at personal, right? So I know that I want to take a certain amount of vacations with my wife and my family each year. So before we put any business related stuff on the calendar, Greg goes, speaks to his wife, and we identify what weeks we're gonna be taking vacation. My team does that as well. So now we have a calendar for the entire year where we all know when we plan on taking vacations with our families because we have to put our own mask on first. Then we look at sales related activities. Are there any events or things that we're doing that are gonna help us drive sales? Are we sponsoring any events? Are we gonna be at any conferences that are gonna help drive sales? We put those on the calendar. Then we look at client-related, delivery-related activities. So we have 3 intensives a year with some of our elite clients where they come to our headquarters a couple times a year. So we want to get those days on the calendar. We have calls and certain things that we do throughout the year with our clients. We want to make sure those are on the calendar. Anything related to delivery and fulfillment of the work that you do for your clients gets put on the calendar next, right? So now when we're looking at the calendar, we have all of our vacations handled, we have all of our money-making activities handled, and we have all of our delivery activities on the calendar. Now, any of the promotional things and things like that, when we go into the quarterly planning, we're way more effective around what is actually going to be a reality for us because we've already preloaded the entire year with the main things that are important. Our vacation, our time off, the things that make us money, the things that obviously get clients to continue working with us. Those are all taken care of before we start inserting any sort of the week-to-week, month-to-month activities that are kind of the icing on the cake, right? Personal, money-making, and client delivery, those are the foundations of our business. So we wanna make sure that we have those all planned before we do anything. So strategy number 4 is to preload your priorities for the entire year up front. All right, quick recap. So the 4 strategies are to make your top priorities visible. I pick top 3 and make them visible on a sticky note. Strategy number 2 is to block the time for your top 3 activities. Strategy number 3 is to theme your days. And strategy number 4 is to preload all of your priorities for the given year before you even start the year. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you're looking to kind of restructure your business so that you can automate and scale to the next level, we'd love to help you. Some of the things we talked about here is just sort of a foundational piece that we do with all of our clients when they come into one of our programs. We make sure that they are dialed in just like we mentioned with those 4 strategies before we really get to anything else, because you can create tons of efficiency in your business if you do just those 4 things. That creates a lot of room for you to start growing and growing quickly. So if you found this helpful and you'd like to speak with someone on our team to maybe take this to the next level, we'd love to chat. There's a link down below. You can apply to work with us, answer a couple quick questions so we can hit the ground running on what we call our scalability session. We'll see how we can help you become more scalable through people, process, automation, using some of these 4 strategies that we talked about today. All right, time for the question of the day. Which of the 4 strategies is the one that you are going to implement next in your business? Just comment below, let us know which one you're going to implement first, and let's continue the discussion there. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, we would love you sharing the love. Share this link with a friend or a peer or a teammate, and give us a like and click on that notification bell if you want to be notified when we release the next video. We got new ones coming out every single Tuesday. Talk to you soon.